So today I'm trying to show you how I made this mug, and as you can see, this is like trying to look like a corrugated cardboard mug, and I'm just going to show you the simple way that I'm doing it. So this is how it's going to look like before I put on any decorations. And we can also make a big piece like that. Just gonna put all this away. Right now, this one needs some reference later. Okay. So here I have rolled out a slab. It is about 1/4 inch thick, and so I'm just gonna go ahead with just smooth out the surface with just this big rib that I have. You can use anything, any kind of rib that you have, but in this case I have this one, so I'm going to use this. So I'm going to just smooth out the surface on both sides. And then I have this template. This template is about 11 inches this way and this way. And then this is about 3 inches, and the base is about 3.5 by 3.5 inches. And it's a little bit tapered, but honestly, you can design your own templates. And you know, I'm using newspaper. I should have been using some thicker paper, like maybe a tar paper or poster board paper. But anyway, this is what I have. So what I'm going to do is that just going to lay it down and just cut out the shape. I'm going to use a knife. Okay. Take it away. So this is the shape that I have. So I have this, just like a corrugated cardboard that I have. And I'm going to use this to texture the surface. As you can see, you know, it's going it's going vertically this way, but the two side wall, I'm just going to go horizontal. The texture is going to go horizontal this way. So I'm using this pony roller, and I don't use a lot of pressure because I don't really want a very deep texture, just something very light on the surface. Okay, I will show you. And I'm just going to flip it over. Do the same on this side as well. I wish I could give you a better pony roller. not making those noise. Okay, so this is what I got. You may be able to see some of the texture, I hope. And like that. And then, so I'm just gonna fold up the four sides to make a wall, and this is what it's gonna look like. So, you know, the two sides are going to be on the outside wall, and then this are going to be on the inside. The overlap is something like that, something like this. So I'm going to score all the edges. This is going to be on the inside. It's going on this side, and this edge here is going to be over here. So then I just overlap the edges about a 1/4 inch. So it's about 1/4 inch overlap, and this will be on the outside, and this one's on the inside, outside. And I'm not very concerned about the top edge is not matching. It really doesn't matter to me, because you know my design is not really looking, I'm not really looking for perfection really. And then I'll go ahead and use this, put it on here. I'm going to use a pony roller again just to compress this joint on the outside, and I will always have my hand on the inside to support as I'm doing this compression. And then on the inside as well, I'm just going to use my finger and I have this dent sponge here. Just going to dent my finger and go in and smooth out the edge on the inside. At the same time compressing it too. Smooth out the edges. I don't like sharp edges. I think I'm bothered when it's like a functional piece. I think it should feel good. All right, so this is kind of almost, you know, you got a mark instantly, but I am going to compress these four corners right here. I could use these paddles and just paddle it gently. And it's gonna compress the corners, so in here too, excuse me, have a little bit of nose, and here, so this is more or less like a mark. And you know, the rest of it is really just the detail that I have to put in, like all these marks and the torn area, which I could have done it before I fold it up, but since I forgot, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to show you how I will be doing it on the wall, and putting in the staples. And you can see the torn edges are like here, like this one here, the torn edges, and the staples I'll put here. And then of course the rim, I put in some of the texture as well. So let's go ahead. I sometimes like to push out a little bit, push out the wall a little bit, just to make it balloon out a bit, change the shape a little. Alright, and I can also just heat it to change the shape, just heating it, and just a little bit, and then just hit it a little bit here, change the shape a bit, just like that. And anytime I do this, I always have my fingers, you know, have my the other hand inside to support it. And if you think it's really the wall because of what you had done had gone weaker, just go in and then kind of smooth out where you think it might have done some damage. Alright, and as usual, I always kind of make the bottom a little concave here. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with the form. And so I'm just going to show you how I do the rim, how I make this rim a bit texture. This is what I do. I use this tool that I have, just like a paintbrush, and the tip is gone, you know, the brush is gone. So it has a very irregular tip, which I like, and I just go in and make some texture patterns. I am not going to demo to you the whole thing because I think it's gonna do half of it, so you just get an idea of how I do this, and I hope you can see it here. And then for this texture here on the edge, I am just going to use any kind of carving tools which I have found. I found some carving tools that are really cheap. I bought them really cheap at 6 pieces like this of a stainless steel carving tools for like maybe $6, $5-6. So, and I find them very useful because the edges are very sharp, and so it's very good for me to do any kind of decorative, any kind of patterns or design I want. So I'm going to show you how I do this. I have one of this. I should have another one, but it's not with me today. Another of my favorite one is not with me. So I'm just going to use one of this, and I think to use this one. And okay, so just go in and make some cut lines. I like to do this texture designs when the clay is about leather hard or hard leather hard, and because when it's too soft, it's very hard to get any kind of cuts or definite patterns on. So there you go, and just gonna get a little bit more. And when I cut it, when I draw a line, it's really kind of wiggle my hands a little bit, you know. And unsteady hands is actually quite an advantage here. Alright, and okay, so I hope you can see it. It's just that you make some marks here, and then you can also make some marks here. Just gonna cut it, just yeah. And I'm going to show you how I do a tone mark here. So I have cut out some small section, small area of the corrugated box, and I'm just gonna like press it on. Excuse me. Hopefully I can make some marks. It's not very distinct because my clay is pretty hard. It's like soft leather hard, so it doesn't show very well. But so I'm going to just use my carving tools to carve it. And so here, right now, what I'm doing, I'm doing just to cut out the outline of the torn mark. And you know, you just use the tools, really push it in and wiggle a little, and just you can do a little bit of cut mark like this. I hope you can see what I'm doing, and just a little bit of pressure and pushing out and pushing it in, you get the dab. Okay, so this is not very distinct. So what I'm going to do is going to use these tools, and I will go in and make some distinct marks. Just pushing the clay a little, make it more deeper. So you can see that. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you could. And just gonna smooth it out a little bit with my fingers. And I can you know, spend like half an hour or more just to do this, or you know, it really it's up to you how long, how detailed you want it to be. It can take me a long time just to do this, or if I just want to do it quickly, you know, just like this is probably what I would do. Push it a little bit, create a little bit of shadows. Well, now you're faking the torn mark. That's it. So you got one area here that looks like it's torn. And then I am going to show you how I do attach a staples, which is really very simple. I use these tools, and I just gonna put a mark here, and then I will a tiny strip of coil. I have this tiny little coil that looks like staple, and of course I will have to score that tiny groups that I made. Scoring it, and then I will have to wet this surface too. I'm using toothbrush and then a little bit of slips and water that I have, and just attach this, push it a little bit, there you go, take away, define it a little bit, that's it. And there you go. Yep, then you had just made our staples. Yeah, of course, I can swing and do this again. Make it really toned. Okay. Yep. And this here, this here, and the staples. And you can just design and put wherever your staple. You can put it anywhere you like it, and that's how I did it. So, and this is kind of like a finished product. Well, you can see the edges here are very torn. I just peel away the clay, and then just spray with it, and yeah, anyhow you want it. And this is just, and then when I finish it, I put a bit of stains so as to bring out the texture. Alright, and this is it. This is all I have for you today. Thank you.